us continue with the questions. Now observe this question. The only way to make sure one acts in a morally good way is to look around to see what most other people are doing and act as they do. Now see here, you are comparing a person with others in respective to the moral act. Now this is nothing but called ethical relativism. Now see here, the question itself will give you answer very easily. Now see here, look around to see what most other people are doing. Right? Now see here, this gives you the answer perfectly. Right? Now let us move on to the next one. To ensure that one person is a moral one is a moral person, right action must come from habit. Now what is this called? Right? To ensure that one is moral person, right action must come from habit. Already I have discussed this definition. Right action must be considered more than consequences. This is nothing but your virtue ethics. Right? Again and again, see here how the question is twisted in different ways, so that you have to answer it very perfectly. Right? Now next one. Ethics really boils down to a cost benefit analysis. Now see here, which theory helps you for the cost benefit analysis? Let me know that first. Now utilitarianism approach is like cost benefit analysis, where we want to make maximum people to be pleasured. Right? Am I right or wrong? Now see here, this is what the secondary point that you have to draw from the exact definitions. Right? Please be focused on the videos. Now, next one. One should only perform actions whose maxims can be universalized, it seems. Now see here, whose general truths or maxims can be universalized. What is this approach called? Deontology approach. Right? I have discussed this in the video in detail. Go through the videos and come to the questions here. Whose maxims or general truths can be universalized. One should only perform actions that promote societal happiness, it seems. Right? One should only perform the actions to promote social happiness, means making others pleasure. What this approach says? Utilitarianism. One should never lie, even to save the life of a loved one. Now what is this approach called? So you have to look upon yourself. Now what this says? Deontology approach. Right? Now what is this deontology approach? End is not important in deontology approach. It is based on morality of action itself, not its consequence. This is what I have discussed there. Right? It depends on morality of action. Now I'll write down the things here. Morality of action, but not consequences. Done? Got the point? Which ethical theory is least capable of prescribing what actions one should take to become a moral person, it seems. One should take to become a moral person. Right? Now see here, what actions, and it must be least capable. Now your answer is virtue ethics. Right? Virtue ethics is related to good habits of individuals, does not prescribe anything regarding action. This is what I have discussed in the video. Right? Focus on the question. Now which ethical theory could allow an innocent person to be executed if the execution would benefit the society, it seems. Now, which action shows this? Could allow an innocent person to be executed if the execution would benefit to the society, means creating maximum pleasure to the people, right? So see here, your utilitarian approach follows here. Now this is how to derive the secondary points, as I am again and again saying about this. Which ethical theory was supported by Immanuel Kant? Now I have given this in the video itself, right? Deontology approach was given by Immanuel Kant. Which ethical theory was supported by Jeremy Bentham? Jeremy Bentham gave utilitarian approach. Now these are general questions. There is no need to focus. Nobody is asking these type of questions, right? Next one. Deontological theory defines right action in terms of, right? Now it will give you your moral rules, not their consequences, not the virtuous agent, not the God will. It says you about the moral rules. This is your answer. Which of the following best describes the relationship between utilitarianism and consequentialism? Right? Utilitarianism and consequentialism, it seems. Now what explains this, right? Now utilitarianism is a form of consequentialism, is perfectly right. Now why it is perfectly right? Now consequentialism evaluates the consequences. Utilitarianism is a type of consequentialism, right? Now see here, it evaluates consequences. A little bit deep, right? Focus on the question. So your A option satisfies the answer. What is necessary in order to gain moral knowledge according to most utilitarians? Right? Now you have to accurately predict the consequences of action. Now this is the exact necessary thing, right? After that, preparing the consequences of action, you have to move on to do whether it creates happiness maximally to the people or not. This is what our utilitarian approach says. Done. Now next one. Which of the following do most utilitarians believe determines the morality of action? Now see here, based on the expectations of the consequence, utilitarians prescribe an action to be moral or not. Now which option satisfies this perfectly? The expected consequences of action. Now this is what we are discussing in total in all the questions to and fro, right? Focus on the questions, right? What determines the morality of the intentions of one's actions according to utilitarianism? Right? Again, the expected consequences of action is nothing but you look upon this, right? Again and again we are dealing the same thing. By this time you are acquainted with this utilitarian approach, right? Now next one. What attitudes do most utilitarians take towards moral rules? Right? Now see here, what utilitarian approach says, your moral rules can be helpful and can be broken if doing so is optimistic. Now when you can create maximum happiness to the maximum people, automatically you can break them, right? Now your B option exactly says this, right? Many moral rules are absolute and must never be broken, it seems. So your first one is wrong. Now what your C option says, following moral rules is harmful and ought to be shunned, it seems. No, perfectly wrong. Exactly opposite to utilitarian. Utilitarians believe that idea of a moral rule is incoherent, it seems. No. The consequentialistic approach ignores the importance of what? Motive. Right? They ignore this is what the exact point that we are discussing, right? Motive and intention in any ethical judgment. Intention in any ethical judgment. So your A option exactly satisfies this, right? Which of the following is analogs to teleological approach? Analog, it seems. Now your consequential theory is nothing but analog to teleological approach, right? They are similar. Analog means similar. Now what is the relationship between rationality and morality? Now relationship between nationality and morality, it seems, right? Now see here, morality and rationality are fundamentally opposed. No, bluntly wrong. Rationality requires us to be moral. Yes, you have to be, if you are to be rational, first you have to be moral. This is what the point that we are discussing, right? B is exactly correct. Rationality is based on a reason and logic. When we are rational, we try to make good best decisions. The best decisions always will be moral and ethical. Now if we are rational, we will turn out to be moral, right? Got the point? Consider the following factors in making ethical judgments, right? The motive from which action springs. Yes, this is what the factor that you have to consider. The nature of the act itself, including the means adopted. Yes, perfect. The resulting consequences. Yes, perfect. All these things are to be considered for making an ethical judgment, right? So your answers are all 1, 2 and 3. The codes of behavior and courtesy. Now the codes of behavior and courtesy are easy picking, right? What is that? Your etiquity, right? Completely dry topic. You have to be more focused on this. Now, in the context of value, which one is more relevant, it seems, right? Now, in the context of value, value means an inbuilt mechanism which distinguishes the right from the wrong. Yes, perfectly right. Right? Now, right or wrong should not be interpreted in any absolute metaphysical sense and should be interpreted only in the context of social environment in which a person lives, moves and acts. Perfect definition of value was given here. Now, this is what I have discussed values in the second chapter itself, right? So, your both 1 and 2 are true. Done. Next one. Virtue ethics means we have dealt this question some n number of times. Again, see here, assuming good persons will make good decisions and personal qualities affect decisions. Is it correct? Yes, perfectly correct. Now your C option exactly satisfies this. Assumes good persons will make good decisions, right? And personal qualities affect decisions. This is what virtue ethics means. Virtue ethics means. Now, what does the importance of ethical behavior, integrity and trust call into question? And when you speak upon this topics, what comes under this? Right? Trust, ethical behavior, integrity and trust call into question, it seems. The extent to which managers should attempt to change the underlying beliefs and values of individual followers. Now, see here, this is the correct one. Who does what we do next. Now, see, all these 2 points are vague. It is not any contextual. So, how can you say about this? So, your answer must be A. Perfectly right, right? The extent to which managers should attempt to change the underlying beliefs and values of individual followers. A rule is defined as, now what you say about the rule? A guide for conduct and action in a certain situation is called rule. Now this is the exact definition. Now where is that exact definition? Your D option is the exact definition of rule. Done? Got the thing? Yes. The ethical skills are. The ethical skills are, now already I have discussed this ethical. What are the ethical skills? Code of conduct, responsibility, efficiency, perseverance, punctuality. All these come under ethical skills. Right? I have discussed this in the third topic. Right? Focus on the things, human values and psychology. Done? Now. Next one. What is ethics of responsibility? It seems. Now, what is the ethics of responsibility? Which is nothing but moral and legal commitment to one's work and its consequences. Now, which option satisfies this definition? Now, your C option exactly satisfies this. What is a gray area? Now, see, this is one more current affairs question. Where there is a confusion as to law will give the solution or the ethics. This is nothing but gray area. You call it in normal case as dilemma, right? Now, your ethics will give you correct solution or law will give you correct solution. Now, see here, you are in between in those two. Now, this is nothing but your gray area. Handling ethical dilemmas require. Now, what do you require? You require ethical thinking. You require awareness and development of code of ethics. You need social self-awareness. So, you need all the things. Right? Done. Now, see here, my suggestion is, these questions are not with respect to the topic. Now, upon seeing all the videos what I have discussed, then come to the questions, you can connect the questions, right? These are not questions with respect to the topics. All the points are connected. So that's why it might be difficult in the first stage. Now, upon 2 readings, you can get the questions perfectly, right?